What if I told you that your brain, your most powerful asset, could be slowly deteriorating without you even knowing it? That every decision you make, every emotion you feel, and every memory you hold could be influenced by something as simple as your daily habits? Imagine this. You're living your life, chasing goals, finding joy, but there's an unseen battle taking place in your mind, a battle for your brain's health. And the question is, are you winning, or is your brain silently losing? Welcome to DEEPBODY LAB, where today we're diving deep into a topic that will change the way you look at your own mind forever. It's not just about achieving success or happiness, it's about safeguarding the most critical tool you have, your brain. We're about to explore the powerful connection between your habits and your brain's ability to function at its highest potential. If you want to ensure that your brain isn't slipping into decline without you realizing it, keep listening until the end, because the truth I'm about to share might shock you. Before we continue, don't forget to hit that subscribe button to support the channel, and be sure to stick around for future videos packed with insights that will empower you to take control of your life. Now, let's dive in. Your brain is like a muscle. It needs exercise, care, and attention. However, unlike physical muscles, we often neglect our brains until it's too late. If you think that simply getting through life is enough, you might want to think again. Every thought you have, every decision you make, and every emotion you experience starts with your brain. It is the very foundation of everything you do. But what happens if you don't take care of it? What happens when you ignore the very thing that determines your life's quality? This year, I've learned something that has stayed with me, something so simple yet so profound. The world's leading neuroscientists have all said the same thing. A healthy brain is the key to a meaningful life, and that's what we're going to focus on today. Not just the surface-level things like staying sharp or remembering facts. We're going deeper. We're talking about the very essence of your mental and emotional health. So, how do you keep your brain in top shape? Can you really boost your brain power just by changing your habits? The answer is yes, but it's not as simple as a pill or quick fix. It's about understanding how your daily choices, things you might not even realize you're doing, are either helping or hurting your brain. Let's start with one of the most important habits, exercise. Question for you. Do you think physical exercise has a direct impact on your brain health? A. Yes, physical exercise boosts brain function. B. No, physical exercise has no effect on brain health. Comment your answer below. I'd love to hear your thoughts.
Building upon the idea that every decision, every feeling, and every memory starts in the brain, it's time to dig deeper into the core habits that shape the way our minds function and ultimately our lives. It's not just about what we think, but what we do to actively maintain and enhance the very thing that defines us. The first factor that plays a crucial role in brain health is exercise. But I'm not just talking about lifting weights or running marathons. What matters is the type of exercise that gets your heart rate up and promotes the flow of oxygen and nutrients to your brain. This is where aerobic exercise comes in. Whether it's brisk walking, cycling, swimming, or even dancing, any activity that increases your heart rate for an extended period is an incredible boon for your brain. Research has shown that aerobic exercise triggers the release of growth factors, particularly in the hippocampus, a part of your brain crucial for memory and learning. This growth factor helps to stimulate the creation of new brain cells. This is not some abstract, theoretical benefit, it's backed by science. For instance, a study conducted by neuroscientists revealed that people who engaged in just 30 minutes of aerobic exercise 3 times a week for only a few months experienced significant improvements in memory, mood, and their ability to focus and shift attention. This is exactly what makes aerobic exercise one of the most powerful tools for keeping your brain in shape. But let's be clear here. The beauty of this is that you don't need to be a fitness expert to benefit. Even if you're not someone who is used to exercising regularly, the positive effects of incorporating aerobic exercise into your routine are noticeable very quickly. So whether it's walking around your neighborhood or taking up a new activity like swimming or biking, getting your body moving is essential for optimizing brain health. Now let's turn our attention to another key component to brain health: sleep. How often do you hear people say, "I'll sleep when I'm dead," or boast about how little sleep they need to function? This myth is not only dangerous, but it's also incredibly detrimental to your brain's long-term health. The reality is that sleep is not a luxury, it's a necessity. When we don't get enough sleep, our brains cannot perform essential maintenance tasks. Sleep is when your brain consolidates memories, removes waste products, and restores itself. Without this vital process, your brain can't function at its full potential. One of the most important functions of sleep is memory consolidation. During sleep, particularly in the deep sleep stages, your brain processes and strengthens memories from the day, essentially filing them away in long-term storage. If you aren't getting enough quality sleep, your brain can't properly consolidate what you've learned or experienced. Not only does this affect your ability to retain information, but it also impairs your problem-solving skills, focus, and emotional regulation. But the effects of inadequate sleep go beyond memory. Sleep is also when your brain does a critical job of cleaning itself up. It flushes away the waste products that accumulate throughout the day, including toxic proteins that have been linked to Alzheimer's disease. Without sufficient sleep, these proteins begin to build up, increasing your risk of cognitive decline. It's not just about how much sleep you get, it's about how well you sleep. Deep, restorative sleep is where the magic happens. To maximize the benefits of sleep for your brain, it's crucial to establish a consistent sleep schedule. This helps regulate your circadian rhythm and ensures that you're getting enough of the deep sleep your brain needs to function at its best. So if you've been neglecting your sleep, now is the time to start prioritizing it. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of sleep per night and make adjustments to your habits, such as limiting screen time before bed and creating a peaceful sleep environment.
Come to the importance of nutrition in brain health. What you eat, or rather what you don't eat, can have an enormous impact on your brain's performance. We've all heard the phrase, "you are what you eat," but when it comes to your brain, this adage couldn't be truer. A diet rich in fruits, vegetables, healthy fats, and lean proteins supports not only your body, but your brain as well. The brain needs fuel to function, and the quality of the fuel you provide matters. A Mediterranean-style diet, rich in omega-3 fatty acids from fish, nuts, and seeds, as well as antioxidant-rich vegetables, has been shown to promote cognitive function and protect against neurodegenerative diseases. Omega-3s, in particular, are critical for brain health because they make up a significant portion of the brain's structural components. These fatty acids help reduce inflammation in the brain, improve memory, and enhance cognitive function. On the other hand, highly processed foods, excessive sugar, and trans fats can have the opposite effect, contributing to brain fog, memory impairment, and increased risk of mental health issues. A particularly alarming finding in recent years is the connection between high sugar intake and cognitive decline. When we consume sugar, our bodies process it into glucose, which is essentially fuel for our cells. However, when glucose levels are too high, it can lead to the formation of advanced glycation end products, or AGEs, which damage proteins in the body, including those in the brain. This can contribute to the development of Alzheimer's disease and other cognitive disorders. So, while it's important to enjoy the occasional sweet treat, it's crucial to limit your intake of refined sugars and processed foods if you want to protect your brain from long-term damage. Beyond food, hydration also plays a critical role in brain function. Dehydration, even at mild levels, can lead to difficulty concentrating, mood swings, and impaired memory. Our brains are made up of about 75% water, and maintaining proper hydration levels helps the brain function optimally. So make sure you're drinking plenty of water throughout the day, especially if you're engaging in physical activities or working in a mentally demanding environment. We've now discussed some of the foundational elements of brain health,
exercise, sleep, and nutrition. But one final element is crucial for cognitive vitality: social connection. The more social interactions you have, the better your brain functions. In fact, studies have shown that social engagement is one of the best ways to protect your brain from age-related decline. Regular social interactions stimulate your brain, improve your mood, and help combat feelings of loneliness and depression, which can take a toll on mental health. The need for human connection is deeply ingrained in us. Our brains are wired to connect with others, and when we do, we activate various neural circuits that boost our cognitive function. Whether it's a deep conversation with a friend, family gatherings, or simply saying hello to a neighbor, these small moments of social interaction play a crucial role in keeping our brains sharp. So, make an effort to maintain strong relationships and seek out opportunities to connect with others, whether in person or virtually. As you can see, taking care of your brain isn't just about mental exercises or trying to memorize facts. It's about nurturing your body and mind through simple yet powerful habits that promote overall brain health. Exercise, sleep, nutrition, hydration, and social connection. These are the building blocks of a sharp, resilient brain. By incorporating these practices into your daily routine, you're not only protecting your brain from decline, but also enhancing its capacity to thrive.
Building on the importance of maintaining a healthy brain through exercise, sleep, and nutrition, there's another critical factor that we often overlook: our behaviors and daily habits. While we might focus on the big changes, it's the small, seemingly insignificant actions we take every day that can either propel us forward or slowly sabotage our mental health. One of the most harmful habits for brain health is chronic stress. It's easy to brush off stress as just a part of life, but when it becomes constant, it wreaks havoc on the brain. Stress releases cortisol, a hormone that, in small amounts, helps us manage pressure. However, when cortisol levels remain high for extended periods due to work pressure, personal challenges, or constant worry, it can shrink the hippocampus, the part of the brain responsible for memory and learning. Over time, this can lead to memory impairment, difficulty concentrating, and even emotional instability. The brain essentially becomes less effective at managing emotions, storing memories, and thinking clearly. What's worse is that chronic stress often leads to a vicious cycle. When you're stressed, your brain seeks relief, often turning to unhealthy coping mechanisms like poor eating habits, excessive screen time, or even substance abuse, all of which further impair brain function. The impact of chronic stress on your mental health is profound. It not only harms your cognitive abilities, but also affects your emotional well-being, making it harder to stay positive, motivated, or productive. Another detrimental habit is a sedentary lifestyle. In today's world, it's far too easy to spend long hours sitting at desks, on couches, or in front of screens. But the reality is, our brains need movement to stay sharp. The less you move, the fewer oxygen and nutrients are delivered to your brain. This leads to a decline in cognitive function, sluggishness in mental processing, and poor memory recall. Physical inactivity can also lead to depression and anxiety, which are closely linked to cognitive decline. To truly protect and optimize your brain, you must actively fight against these destructive habits. Combat stress with relaxation techniques, mindful practices, and activities that bring you joy. Keep moving, whether it's through regular exercise, walking, or even just standing up every hour. Your brain thrives when it's active and engaged. Small, consistent actions like these, taken daily, can protect your brain from the damage caused by modern life's stressors and inactivity. Having explored the harmful effects of stress and sedentary behavior on brain health, it's now time to delve into one of the most transformative aspects of brain function: neuroplasticity. This is where the true power of your brain lies, its ability to change and adapt throughout your life.
Neuroplasticity is the brain's remarkable ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections in response to learning, experiences, and even challenges. For years, scientists believed that the brain's structure was fixed by adulthood, but recent discoveries have shattered this myth. In fact, your brain is constantly changing, restructuring itself in real time based on the actions you take, the knowledge you acquire, and the experiences you undergo. This means that no matter your age, you have the ability to enhance your cognitive function, improve your memory, and even unlearn harmful patterns that may have been ingrained over time. But here's the thing. Neuroplasticity doesn't happen passively. It requires conscious effort, focused attention, and intention. Simply put, the more engaged you are with your learning and personal growth, the more your brain will rewire itself to accommodate new information, new habits, and new ways of thinking. This is why lifelong learning is so crucial. Whether it's picking up a new skill, learning a new language, or challenging your brain with complex puzzles, the act of learning strengthens your brain's neural pathways, making it more adaptable and resilient. But neuroplasticity isn't just about intellectual growth. It also plays a crucial role in emotional healing. If you've experienced trauma, stress, or emotional pain, the brain has the power to reshape itself and form new emotional patterns. This is where practices like therapy, mindfulness, and meditation come into play. By consistently engaging in activities that promote emotional awareness and healing, you can literally rewire your brain to respond differently to triggers, reducing anxiety, depression, and emotional reactivity over time. Neuroplasticity also gives you the power to overcome cognitive decline as you age. While some degree of mental aging is inevitable, the brain's ability to form new connections can help stave off conditions like Alzheimer's disease and other forms of dementia. It's the foundation of how we can continue to grow, evolve, and thrive at any stage of life. The key is consistent, purposeful effort. The more you invest in activities that challenge your brain, the more your brain will adapt, grow stronger, and become more capable of managing the stresses of life. So, what does this mean for you? It means that no matter where you are in life, no matter your age, you have the ability to change your brain for the better. You have the power to reshape your thoughts, your memories, your emotional responses, and even your physical brain structure. It all starts with the decisions you make today.
As we've explored how neuroplasticity empowers us to reshape our brains through focused effort and engagement, we now come to the final piece of the puzzle: how to actively protect and enhance our brain health by making intentional, mindful choices. Because at the end of the day, brain health is not something that happens by chance. It's a result of the daily habits and practices we choose to prioritize. The first step in this process is to understand that maintaining brain health is not just about avoiding harm, but about fostering the right conditions for growth and longevity. It's about cultivating an environment that supports the brain's optimal function and resilience. And this doesn't just mean giving your brain the tools it needs, but also eliminating or minimizing the factors that can hinder its performance. The foundation of this protective approach starts with a balanced lifestyle. Eating a diet rich in antioxidants, omega-3 fatty acids, and other brain-boosting nutrients is essential, but so is giving your body the right conditions to rest and recover. If you're constantly burning the candle at both ends, working late, skipping meals, or sacrificing sleep, it's no wonder your brain can't function at its peak. Lack of sleep, in particular, is one of the most common and overlooked threats to brain health. Sleep is when your brain flushes out toxins, consolidates memories, and strengthens neural connections. Without enough sleep, your cognitive performance is bound to suffer, and your emotional regulation becomes more challenging.
Furthermore, social connections are a powerful yet often underestimated protector of brain health. Engaging in meaningful conversations, staying socially active, and maintaining relationships with family and friends are all critical in preserving cognitive function, particularly as we age. Research has shown that people with strong social networks are not only happier, but also experience a slower rate of cognitive decline. Social interaction stimulates brain regions involved in emotional processing and memory retention, providing your brain with the stimulation it needs to stay sharp. Another essential aspect is managing stress effectively. Chronic stress not only affects your emotional well-being, but it also takes a significant toll on your brain's ability to function. Implementing stress reduction practices such as mindfulness, meditation, and relaxation exercises can help mitigate the negative effects of stress and protect your brain from the damaging effects of cortisol. Ultimately, caring for your brain is an ongoing commitment. It's about making small, consistent choices each day, whether it's prioritizing sleep, staying active, eating nourishing foods, engaging in deep conversations, or practicing mindfulness. The beauty of brain health is that it's never too late to start. Every decision you make to nurture your mind today will pay dividends tomorrow. And when you take the time to invest in your brain's well-being, you're not just improving cognitive function, you're enhancing your entire quality of life.
In conclusion, maintaining a healthy brain is not something we should leave to chance. It requires conscious, consistent effort and mindful choices. From exercise that fuels our brain with oxygen to proper sleep that allows it to consolidate memories and repair itself, every small action counts. Nutrition, stress management, and social connections are equally important in supporting our brain's health and resilience. But perhaps the most powerful lesson is that neuroplasticity offers us the ability to continuously evolve and adapt, no matter our age or current circumstances. Your brain can change, grow, and improve with every conscious decision you make. The key is to prioritize activities that promote mental, emotional, and physical health, creating an environment where your brain can thrive. The profound lesson here is that taking care of your brain today will create a healthier, more vibrant future for you tomorrow. Whether through adopting new habits, challenging yourself mentally, or engaging in healthy social interactions, the power to shape your brain's health is in your hands. The choice is yours, and the potential for growth is limitless. So here's a simple question for you. What is one habit you could start today to help improve your brain health? Comment below with your thoughts. I'd love to hear your perspective. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the subscribe button to support the channel and stay tuned for more valuable content.